So itself, this is what we're going to be driving today. And ladies and gentlemen, I am happy and I'm honored to be sitting in an AMG for the first time in my less than 25 years of life, because I don't want to expose myself, and we're good. Wow, okay, brake. Damn! And the power shifters make it so engaging. A stereotype. I'm not gonna stereotype BMW too hard today, but there's a saying in the car community that goes, if you see a person with a BMW, 9 times out of 10 they're too poor to afford a Porsche, because the driving machine, performance, and etc. they're meant for the track. But Mercedes, once you get an AMG, there's nothing really above the class of AMG, unless you want to go into supercars and stuff, which most people don't want to do. (2023) Mercedes-Benz GLA class 45, by the way, and it's an AMG. As the badge on the bottom says, it says so itself. This is what we're going to be driving today. And ladies and gentlemen, I am happy and I'm honored to be sitting in an AMG for the first time in my less than 25 years of life, because I don't want to expose myself. I don't want to expose how old I really am. But yes, this feels right. This feels proper. This car is a statement to how much hard work a person can put and the outcome they can at least expect to achieve. But let's talk about some quick specs about this one. This is going to be powered by a 2-liter inline-4, pushing around 282 horsepower, and I say 282, then like 382 horsepower and 354 pound-feet of torque. And yes, it is all-wheel drive. And yes, it has an automated manual transmission, 8-speed by the way. And huge shout out to Mercedes-Benz on Queensway for giving me this car. And I see I'm blocking someone off, so let me just quickly move out of the way. And I'll give my proper credits where credit is due. So let me just park up right over here. Man, good spot as any. And this is what our key looks like. Very nice, very classy, very AMG looking like. Okay. And yes, that is AMG Toronto Queensway right there. They're the ones responsible for giving me this beautiful monster to work with today. And as you can see, they spared no expense. Forgive me, it's a little bit windy, so we're not gonna stay outside too long. But walking around this thing, you can tell it's nice. And we can also open up our trunk. But let's hop into the interior real quick. Little spoiler going on in the back. Tons of like cloths pretty much everywhere, and some more space down here. And I am in the way, so I'm gonna quickly try and get out of the way as quickly as possible. But little spoiler on top, is like a little monster hatchback, to say the least. Fully blacked out wheels with AMG brakes that are painted red to make it look even more aggressive. Looking inside, Alcantara all around with perforated leather with the red stitching to match the little brake calipers we have outside as well. And you might think that since it's a 4-cylinder, it's not gonna be quick, but you know what? You can have a lot of fun with a car that looks like this. Coming down low, the aggressive AMG badge right in front, that beautiful star, and the monster grille. The AMG makes this car, again, Mercedes is always elegant, sophisticated, and beautiful. But add AMG and it becomes a monster, it becomes angry. You can see some canards, some front canards they have with a little bit of airflow, but enough yapping about the outside. Let's go inside, go for a little walk, or a little drive in this case, and enjoy this monster. And yes, you can see our controls are over here, and our exhausts from comfort to sport, our suspension from comfy to sport plus. Yes, you can customize a lot of things in this AMG. One thing that BMW does do a little bit cooler when it comes to performance wise of the AMGs and the M cars is that they have an M button. I feel like AMG could implement that, but that feels a little bit too cheap and feels like copying a little bit too much. But Alcantara all around, vents that make it look so sophisticated and so elegant. Ambient lighting royal purple, by the way, just to show the class this car has. And yes, if you're wondering, we do have a backup camera with sensors all around, and we also have our seat controls that are over here. Giant panoramic sunroof, and a fairly responsive, I shouldn't say fairly, really responsive infotainment screen. And all of this is touchscreen. Not touchscreen, but it's all screen. There's no analog gauge clusters in this 2023 AMG, by the way. But let's go for a quick little drive, and I'll give you my honest thoughts and impressions about this car. Part of me, when I heard I was getting an AMG, I was low-key thought it was going to be an 8-cylinder. But since we have half the power, or the cylinders of that one, we have a 4-cylinder this time. So let's see how this one handles the AMG and how it carries the AMG name. And you can see we have our paddle shifters. We're gonna downgrade and go into Sport Plus because track might be a little bit extreme for public roads. So we're gonna take it easy, cruise for a bit, get a light feel of the car. Then we're gonna try and full send it and see if this 4-cylinder is worth the beans of being called an AMG. And then from this angle I can barely see the road, so we're gonna do this and we're good. Wow, okay, brake. Damn! For a 4-cylinder, this thing is aggressively peppy, aggressively angry. Like I said before, when you drive an AMG, part of you're gonna be like, this car is meant to be elegant, sophisticated, go to business meetings, and just be an all perfect luxury car. But when you add the AMG to the very, very end of it, it switches up a little bit. Your seats become more bucket-like. These ones don't seem to massage, so I'll give it a pass on that one because the engine and the exhaust note on this thing just sounds heavenly. And the power shifters make it so engaging. Wild. A 4-cylinder that sounds this good and is this angry. I never would have expected it. The over-engineering that Mercedes does is perfect. It's absolutely perfect. I'm not gonna stereotype. I'm not gonna stereotype BMW too hard today, but there's a saying in the car community that goes, if you see a person with a BMW, 9 times out of 10 they're too poor to afford a Porsche, because that's what BMWs want to be. They are, as much as I don't want to promote BMW, they pride themselves on being the ultimate driving machine, performance and etc, etc. They're meant for the track. But Mercedes, once you get an AMG, there's nothing really above the class of AMG, unless you want to go into supercars and stuff, which most people don't want to do. Once you get the AMG badge on your steering wheel like this, your life is somewhat complete already. And if you are wondering how this thing does for gas, let's go back into comfort mode, get our cruise control ready, which is getting it down. Cruise control is on and set at 50 kilometers. The engine quietens down, everything becomes soft. It's like I'm riding on a cloud now. Everything has just become so elegant. I don't even need to think about what I'm doing. The blind spot monitoring is here to protect me in case I decide to do something dumb and change lanes without checking my blind spot. There's a lane keep assist, and as you can see, we're slowing down by ourselves. It is adaptive cruise control, by the way. And this person absolutely refuses to give me way. So thank you, person behind me. But as I was saying, you can be very economical with an AMG like this. And yes, I think this little one has earned the name of being an AMG. It's not like they took a simple base model C300 basically engine and slapped it in here. This feels different. It's angrier. It's like a little monster just waiting to nibble at the ankles of the faster cars. Will it beat them in a race? Probably not. But it's going to be so close and so exhilarating. If this is your first AMG, my brother, my sister, you have done an excellent job. You have chosen an excellent car to be your first AMG. And let me talk to you about the buying process of getting a car like this. It seems to be very universal. when you buy a Mercedes-AMG from any Mercedes dealership, reputable or not, is that they'll take care of you. And they will treat you to the best of their capabilities in every little aspect to make sure that everything goes as smoothly and as simply and as elegantly as possible. Again, that is what AMG does. And of course, we have an auto stop and go to save us a little bit more gas. But we're not trying to do that right now. We're gonna do a quick little launch, see how she does. Damn! I don't even want to get to 100 because it feels like by the time I look down, I'll be at 150 already. It's wild. It's wild how quick this car is. For a 4-cylinder, just above 400 horsepower, this car is wild. And yes, the paddle shifters make it even more interesting. Make it even more fun. But holy God. This thing, I can never give it back now. We're gonna step on it one more time. It's too quick, man. It is too quick. It's fast enough to get you in trouble, and it's quick enough to just barely get you out of it, if you know what I'm saying. So yes, 10 out of 10, this little 4-cylinder has earned the name of an AMG. And again, this is coming from a guy who hasn't driven the V8 one. I've only driven the base model Mercedes. So if you have a point of contention with me honoring this little car with the AMG status, let me just wait until I get my hands on the faster AMG and we'll see if that still stands. But anyway guys, take care. This has been Morty in the 2023 GLA Class 43 AMG. I'm probably saying that wrong because I'm too excited, like I can't even think straight no more. But anyway guys, take care and peace.